Hello, Nicole with Create the Right Way, and we are back for another 5-A-Day Friday. Thank you for joining us today. And 5-A-Day Friday is our challenge to you every week in a different area of your home to get rid of at least 5 things in that area, maybe more if you've got them. And really just looking for those small wins, low-hanging fruit, things to kind of just keep pushing you in your decluttering journey to simplify your home. We are a busy family with 5 kids and 2 dogs, and so we are all about finding simple solutions in life. So today's challenge, as you might be able to guess by the sewing machine here, is we are not just going after sewing supplies, but hobbies, craft supplies, anything in that realm that if you can find 5 things to let go of. And so this can be a tough one sometimes for people because there might be hobbies that you used to absolutely love. Maybe you still love the idea of doing that hobby, but the reality is life has just gotten busy and you have not had time for that in maybe not even just a year, many years. And it's like, wow, when is the last time that I got to the sewing machine, got to my scrapbooking, picked up that ball of yarn to knit that project, and that stuff is just sitting there and you always think, oh, I want to get back to it, and you feel guilty every time you look at that stuff. And simplifying your home is about getting rid of those things that make you feel that guilt and letting go of that. And even if you loved that project, doing that activity in a previous season of your life, you might just be in a place where either you just don't have time, or you don't love it the same way, or you just really aren't going to have time to get back to it. And that's okay. And it's really giving yourself that permission to let go of those things. So if you are a sewer, maybe you've got, like pieces of fabric from, maybe it's not even a specific project. Maybe you just collected stuff and hoping you'd do something with it someday. And it's just time to let that stuff go. If you have a specific project in your mind and you are going to work on that, keep that stuff, absolutely. But really being honest with yourself and looking for at least 5 things that you can let go of, and really thinking about the season of life you're in. What is the average time that you have to spend on your hobbies? And making time for the things that you love and letting go of the ones that maybe instead of spreading yourself thin across 10 different types of hobbies, maybe just pick a couple of favorites of, what? I really only have an hour or 2 a week to devote to this. What do I want to spend my time on? Your absolute favorite things is what you should be spending that time on. So start reevaluating your stuff. And even within the things that you like, I love to scrapbook, but I had so many supplies that I was just getting overwhelmed with that decision fatigue, even when I sat down to try to make time to do that. So really looking at what are the projects I'm working on now, what is my next project going to be, keeping supplies around that, and realizing that, there's some duplicates in here that I really don't need. So letting go of some of those extra papers, letting go of some of those stickers or the tools, and really looking at, okay, it's cool to have all these shapes of punches, or maybe if you're a stamper, you like all the different stamps, but do you actually use all of those? What are the ones you're going to use? And so really challenge yourself to think through those craft supplies and the hobbies that you love. Which ones are you actually still doing? Which ones do you see yourself doing in the future? And what projects within that are you going to do? Because maybe you've been hanging on to like this wax and these kits thinking like, it'd be cool to get into candle making. I'd love to try it. I'm not going to actually do that. So it's time to just let these things go and give yourself that permission and know that it's okay to change, how you feel about a project, how you feel about that hobby, or just recognize, I love the idea of doing it, but I just don't have time. You got little kids, you probably don't have time for some of those hobbies. And it is important to make time for yourself, but it's important to make time doing the things that you love. So if you're doing that hobby out of guilt, stop it. Get that out of there. Any of those projects that you're never going to get back to finishing, stop letting them make you feel guilty. Get them out of your house. You don't need them. So 5, at least 5, whether it's pieces of fabric, stickers, yarn, whatever your hobbies and crafts that you are not going to get that out of your house. So 5, comment below. Let us know how that goes. We'd love to hear from you. And as always, we would be so thankful if you would like this video, share it with your friends, and of course, if you could subscribe to our channel, we would be so appreciative. Click that little circle button up there and hit that subscribe button. So hope you all have a wonderful weekend.